So today on the 50-pound brain, we are changing our well seal and disinfecting this well because it has sat dormant for many years, and we just want to make sure everything's good to go before we start drinking it and putting it in our ice maker and all that other stuff in the house. So I thought this was going. I'm going to say it's a mistake of mine. We've already cut the pipe and we've got this loose, and we just got our tool from the Jungle website to hold the casing up while we take this top off and get all this out of the way so we can get this old seal off. So while we're waiting on our trusty assistant, let me show you what we were waiting on from the Jungle, and it is a pipe vise. So basically what we're going to end up doing, pulling this casing up, clamping this on to hold it up while we pull this elbow off and pull this whole seal out. Put the new seal on, we've got a new elbow, and we're going to rebuild all this mess here. And as we can see, somebody's been in here before because there's splices under this tape, which works out well for us because we had to disconnect this wiring anyway to get the well seal off, get this off. So good, I didn't have to dig this up very far. I've got new splices to put in here, and we'll get this all put back together. All right, we got the elbow off. It took a little bit of man work. Now we're gonna slide this off. Okay, pull this wire through, pull this up. See, all those bolts become one with the base. Wipe this off. Okay, so the well guy that gave me all this advice about doing this said this thing is, he just drilled one actually not too far from here not too long ago, and so he says it's about 100 feet deep, just like the instructions here. So we need 39 of these pellets to go down in here. That was a very good idea, Brad, to do that now. Okay, now we can put this cap on. He can go back and get ready for his work week. Okay. On our thread sealant. Okay. Here's some more. You got yours? Hold on, I can still turn it by hand for a minute. Okay, give it like half a turn. I think that's about all we're going to get out of it. Okay. And that's it. We assembled all our PVC and we're doing the electrical now. These are just regular uninsulated splices. We're going to put heat shrink over them, and then I'm going to wrap them with water sealing tape. And we just match up our colors. There are better crimpers, but I don't have them on hand. But these will do. Just don't cut it all the way through the splice and the wire. Give two divots. That's better. Okay. Keep these babies from arcing out. Try it before we seal it all up. All right, we pressure checked good. So now we just need to heat shrink and seal up our electrical and then finish our disinfection process. All right, it's the next day, and we've just finished flushing out the house plumbing of all the chlorine. These pump worked beautifully, so confident we can heat shrink these up. Here we go. A flamethrower on it. I want to set the forest on fire. I could smell the leaves starting to burn, but this stuff wasn't melting. Or shrinking down. Now it is. And if your heat gun doesn't have a fan only setting, then turn it, and it's multi heat, turn it to the lowest setting and let it blow, and it cools off the heating element and extends its life. This one has a little snowflake. I don't know if you can see it. Bauer, not a sponsor, but we'll let it run on snowflake. We've got our Scotch brand waterproof tape. All right, so there's our finished splice area. Now we just need to bury it. And there we have it. Task complete. I know this video may be kind of boring, but I hadn't seen any videos. I looked about changing a well seal. So that's why I did it. And then I just figured I'd show you what else was involved in sanitizing a well. If you think you got contamination like after a flood, or just from the environment. If you have around a lot of livestock, you run that risk. So hope it was informative. Hope somebody can use the information. That's the whole goal. All right, thanks for watching.